Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming here to do another recap video. Today we're talking 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, Season 7, Episode 16, Wrecking Ball. So before we get started, once again guys, I apologize for not being able to do videos for the last couple of weeks. Just been a lot going on with everything. I promise to get back into the full swing of things soon. And I apologize, but I'm just going to get right into the video. So in this episode of Happily Ever After, we're going to start with Big Ed and Liz. Big Ed and Liz. So last week, they went to search for a house, and Liz had some doubts, and because her daughter's father has full custody of the daughter, and he's being stationed overseas, and possibly he's going to take the daughter overseas. And Liz is trying to fight that to keep her daughter here, and she needs Ed's support and with everything. So Liz works at a restaurant, and now she's like picking up more hours. And one of the big problems that her and Big Ed had is her working so much and not having no time for each other. Like when you're working 80 hours a week and things are just like, you just don't have time for anything. So in this episode, Big Ed and Liz, they meet up. Liz saying Liz is back at work, and and that she just got a promotion at the restaurant, and she's going to be working some long hours. And Ed is just not happy. He's glad that she got the promotion, but he's not happy that she's going to be working a lot of hours. And, he just doesn't like it. Now, this is a tricky situation, in my opinion, because I understand where Ed's coming from, where when you're working so much, you just don't have time to be a couple. But at the same time, on Liz's side, if you got to follow your dreams no matter what. And if this is like a dream scenario for Liz, she should take it and not let anybody hold her back. There has to be when it comes to something like that, there's got to be a meet in the middle somehow. It's hard with people's jobs and stuff and relationships because everybody's on different schedules and patterns and stuff, but I hope they make it work. So that was them. Next I'm going to talk is Kimberly and Usman. Now, they get the most scenes out of everybody this season. Kimberly and Usman are talking about adopting Usman's brother's son named Mahadi. And Kimberly does not like the idea because, last week it was revealed that Usman didn't even tell his brother Muhammad that he wanted to adopt his child. And last week, in the last couple of weeks, it was revealed that her mom passed away. I remember back when that actually did happen. It was finally now aired that her mom had passed away. And her son Jamal had been trying to pick up the pieces. Now, Kimberly goes back to Nigeria and she brings her son Jamal with her so Jamal can get a feel of Usman. Now, Jamal, last week, Usman returned the favor. Usman had gotten Jamal a PS5. Now, remember when we first met Kimberly on Season 5 of Before the 90 Days, she got Usman a PS5, and he returned the favor to give it to Jamal. I found that a little ironic. I bet you it's the same one. But nonetheless, they got the mother's blessing, and now Usman, instead of taking a second wife, he wants to adopt. But he wants to adopt his nephew and everything. But Usman's brother and sister-in-law are just like, this is just a weird request, and just like, what? And Kimberly's just upset because he did not tell his brother that he was going to do this. And Kimberly just don't like the idea, period. Because Kimberly's at a certain age, she's done raising kids, her son is grown, she just wants to spend time with Usman. We want Usman to be a father, but when you're marrying an older woman, chances of them having kids are not likely. So, Kimberly's all upset and they're just fighting over that. He's just not giving a care. He just don't know what he's doing. He thinks he could do anything he wants if he gets to the United States, and that's just definitely not going to happen. And what's going to irritate me is that if he gets to the United States before Michael does, and if that happens, then something ain't right. And so speaking of Michael, we'll go to Angela and Michael. So they finally made up. In the last couple of weeks, Michael's been upset with Angela talking to that Billy guy from Canada that has a kidney disease, and while Angela and Michael were fighting over Michael having an Instagram, she reached out to Billy and developed a little crush, and she wanted to go to Canada. Michael talked her into not going to Canada. Like, you be his friend, but you don't need to go to Canada and stuff. And so last week she decided, okay, I won't go to Canada. So they finally make up, and now they go out and meet with Michael's best friends, Peter and Ade, and which Angela likes to refer to them as the goofballs. Angela and the goofballs have always had a bad relationship. She's thrown water on them, she's cussed them out, and they wanted to meet with them. And this episode, they met up with them, and it just did not go well. They talked for a little bit, and then it just turned into a big argument. Luckily, Angela didn't throw anything, but still just turned into a big argument. And, she's just like, she cannot stand Michael doing stuff with the goofballs like that. And so, that was basically it. She just had like a big fit. And she mostly got into it with Ade, not so much Peter. But Angela and the goofballs, it's just I actually thought it was funny. So then also in this episode, we've seen Angela actually goes back to the United States. She just said that she's hoping and praying the visa is approved. Now, guys, there are rumors that with Michael, that he's in America. There are rumors that he had been seen in Atlanta. I don't want to confirm or deny the rumors until they're official, until we get the official word. I don't want to say that it is. If you want to check out other rumors, go to other people's YouTube pages or Reddits and stuff. But I don't do rumors until the rumors are 100% true and that they're actually announced. So, but anyway, that was Angela and Michael. Next, I want to talk is Jenny and Submit. Now, Jenny's daughter Christina came up, and they met with Submit's father and his brother and sister-in-law, and they're just still trying to get acceptance of him being with Jenny, and it's just not working. Jenny wants to now move to America where she feels like she'll be accepted. Submit doesn't want to move to America. He wants to continue to work on his relationship with his parents, which is fine. And the fact that he now all of a sudden out the blue, Jenny's 64, he's 33, all of a sudden out the blue, Submit wants to have kids. So Submit wants to have kids, and it's just like Jenny's just like, you just cannot catch a break. And so I think that Jenny and Submit, like, it's just Jenny's daughter Christina, like, I'm glad she was there. She was just trying to protect her mother, trying to get acceptance, because she, and anybody who would know about it is her, because she has a wife. Her wife's name is Jen, that was there as well. So and they're accepted. So she's a big advocate for this relationship. And Submit's dad is just like, we just cannot accept. And I just don't, and they can't just do nothing, and Submit's mom doesn't even want to see him again and stuff. And it's that the whole situation is just sad. And I blame Submit, because Submit needs to quit being scared so much. And Jenny had mentioned that in an episode, that you cannot be scared of everything. He needs to step up as a man, as a husband, and quit being scared of things. I understand Indian culture and everything. And, a lot of these cultural things are culturally here as well, but they're just more pressed in the other countries. And, and last week, Submit's father said that, your country accepts all these relations and here we don't. And that got me thinking, you know what? That's actually true. We as Americans want everything our way because we're more free than other countries. But we do have to see it and understand it more from the other people's perspective, that it's just not like that everywhere. And, and we can't as Americans be selfish. So, that's just mine. So that got me thinking. That was actually a good thought process. So yeah, that was Jenny and Submit. Next, I want to talk is Elizabeth and Andre. So this episode, they hung out with Chuck, and Chuck revealed that Chuck is Elizabeth's father. He revealed that he's talking to a lady, and that she's coming up to Tampa. They go on a little date, and so they go. They all go to a restaurant, to a Chinese restaurant, Chinese or Japanese restaurant, one of the two, and Chuck's date tested positive for COVID and didn't show up. So Elizabeth and Andre were just talking and giving him tips about, oh, you're back in the dating field, blah blah blah, and all that. So then Chuck asked, what's going on with immigration, and they mentioned that they feel like somebody in the family has said something. Well, a couple weeks ago, they mentioned that they're going to be all going to group therapy. We also in this episode seen Charlie, Elizabeth's brother, and Megan, and Charlie and Megan said that in this episode that they're gonna go to therapy, but if Andre steps out of line, it's just gonna be World War III again and everything. He said that he's been talking to Jen and Becky a little bit more now, but he still feels a certain type of way, and especially the mother. And the mother will be there as well. They all feel some type of way with what's going on. So yeah, I'm curious to see how therapy's gonna go. So Chuck said at therapy, he's gonna look them in the eye and say, "Who did it? Which one of you guys did it?" And I appreciate Chuck for defending Elizabeth and Andre, since it's them against everybody else. But the way he's doing it, it's better this year than last year. Last year was just ridiculous with them, because there's no, it's gonna take a lot of sessions to fix Elizabeth's family and Andre, because I personally think they're all crazy and they're all at fault. Andre has anger problems, and Elizabeth's siblings are just ignorant. I like Elizabeth; she's the only one who actually has the sense out of the whole bunch. And I commend Chuck and Pam to trying to fix the family, but it's just not working with these people. I'm sorry, it's just not working. So yeah, that was so. But anyway, next week, judging by the previews of next week, it will be seen that it will be the big therapy session. I'm curious to see. So yeah, so that was Elizabeth and Andre. Next up, I want to talk is, who am I missing? We did Bigot and Liz. We did Kimberly and Usman, Angela and Michael, Jenny and Samantha, Elizabeth and Andre. Jovi and Yara. So Jovi and Yara, I'm going to keep them brief. They're still in Europe. Jovi is about to go back to work. And, him and Yara are fighting because Yara wants to stay in Europe to help her family and friends escape the war. But they're not showing her doing that. They might be doing it behind the scenes and stuff. But now it's just now showing that her and Jovi are just having marital problems because Yara wants to stay and Jovi wants to go back to America and everything. He's like, we come as a family, we leave as a family. And Yara is being influenced by her mother and her friends, and she's listened to all of them instead of Jovi. And then she mentioned in this episode, well, my life has been miserable for the last 2 years. Jovi hated hearing that, but she keeps calling Jovi selfish. I think Yara is selfish. I think we're all selfish. You have to be selfish at some point, but because it's one way, oh, you're being selfish. Well, you're being selfish as well. Everybody's selfish. Selfiness comes out somehow in situations like that. So I think that Yara, like I said, her intentions are good, but the way she's doing it is just not. She doesn't, and Jovi has said and mentioned this in the episode. He's like, I knew as soon as you get your green card, wanted to travel, you were going to come here and not want to come back. I knew you were going to do that and stuff, and I did too. She just came here, got her green card, and just went back, and her intentions are just, I know she hated it there, but, Jovi's making money. He's trying to be a father. She's a mother, and I understand Jovi has a rough job because he went to work for 4 months after they got married and when COVID began, and then he actually did it a couple of times and Yara was left alone. So I get that point of Yara, and so I was hoping Jovi could find a new job where he's home all the time, like home a little bit more, and don't have to travel so long to leave yard like that. But I don't know, Chris. But that's what's going on with Jovi and Yara, and just I hope that I just can't take it in no more. I cannot take it no more with them too, because I just cannot stand Yara's complaining. All she does is complain, whine, moan about Jovi, this and that is your husband, and you're just it just doesn't seem right. So yeah, that was Jovi and Yara. Bilal and Shida were not on this episode. Last week with Bilal and Shida, Shida was giving Bilal an ultimatum: you either give me kids or I'm leaving a relationship. And they're in New York, traveling, having fun in New York, going on helicopter rides and all that. And Shida just really is pressing that kid thing. But that was last week, and they were not on this episode. Apparently, you guys, next week is the season finale of Happily Ever After. Now, I looked at the schedule. We're not gonna have. We got one more episode next week. The week after is Christmas, so I don't think TLC's not gonna air an episode on Christmas. Then there's New Year's. The tell-all will be aired on New Year's. There's going to be a 3-part tell-all, just like it is on The Single Life. And I read the descriptions for the tell-alls. It looks like it's going to be pretty intense. I can't wait. But yeah, next week is the season finale of Happily Ever After. I'm excited. I'm ready for this season to be over. I'm ready for the tell-all. I still don't know what's the next day. There has not been a trailer released yet for the next season of 90 Day Fiancé, so I don't know what spinoff is coming back next after Happily Ever After ends. Maybe it's the other way. Maybe it's before the 90 days. It might be one of the two. I'm gonna guess the other way, but I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, guys, and as for The Single Life, we're about to wrap up part 3 of the tell-all tomorrow. The first couple parts were intense. Tanya and Sinjin, Natalie, Mike and Josh, Caesar and Alona, Debbie and Tony. It's been rumored that Veronica is now dating Kimberly's son Jamal, and and he might be at the tell-all tomorrow, so we'll see how that plays out. I think that rumor might be true, and we'll see that tomorrow. But yeah, the tell-all for The Single Life is just Tiffany and Ronald. Tiffany called out Ronald on some shadiness, and he slapped the camera and destroyed the camera. Natalie is forced to pick between Mike or Josh, and I have a feeling she might pick Mike, but Mike might not pick her. Caesar is no longer with Alona. He said he got 2 women that he's bringing to the United States, and they're going to stay together and have kids. That was pretty controversial and pretty weird. I didn't like that. It pissed off Natalie. Natalie told him to go to hell. I thought that was rude when she said that, because she thought he was disrespecting the country of Ukraine because Caesar wants only Ukrainian women and stuff, and that pissed off Natalie somehow. But I don't agree with the 2 women thing, but more power to you, Caesar. And then Debbie and Tony, Colt came out, just talking his junk, and it's just sad. Veronica and Justin are, of course, no longer together. I can't wait to see how she is with Jamal. And yeah, Tanya, I guess, is liking a couple women. I think she's doing the 3 thing as well. She wants a couple. Yeah, it's just the Single Life people this season are a little off, I feel like. So, but yeah, guys, that's what's going on with The Single Life. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I promise to get back into videos soon. I got to get everything situated in personal life, but I'll be back next week to do Happily Ever After. Come January, we'll have the tell-alls. Married at First Sight will be back. Catfish, I don't know when Catfish is coming back. But yeah, I'm going to be back in the swing of things here shortly. So thank you guys for staying with me. Please like and subscribe. And you guys have a happy rest of your day and happy holidays.